I think both
I
of
mean,
you
you
can
look
be
at
right.
you look at derby games like Liverpool. Liverpool notoriously have like been beaten in a derby, and we've been like miles ahead of Everton, like as in streets ahead of them, and they still managed to get a win or get a draw. But we also haven't talked about the refereeing because, my word, I mean, how on earth was that guy given that game? That game was too big for him straight away. Like if you look at it, we had 7 fouls and they had 9, and we got 2 yellow cards and they got 2 yellow cards. Like that's another game where you just look at it and you go,
Darwin Núñez got booked for getting wellied.
I mean,
I think Darwin
Pickford,
Núñez
he got booked falling back on the pitch. Like he should have gotten booked. He deserved that yellow card.
That was McAllister's fault. That was McAllister's fault because McAllister was telling him to go back on the pitch. Darwin Núñez would have stayed off the pitch.
I got why he was yellow carded. Chris, you mentioned the referee. I mean, I wanted to get all your opinions, and I know we haven't spoken to Sam yet, and we will come to you, mate. The Tarkowski challenge. I mean, have you ever seen a red card tackle like that not given, not reviewed, not presented to the monitor?
Terry, I have seen a red card tackle like that. Steven Gerrard in the derbies.
Yeah, in a different world, I suppose. I couldn't. But I mean, it was shin high. It was excessive. Do any of you on the panel think it wasn't a red by any chance? I just try to throw it out there for debate.
I mean, I don't think. I think it's like a prison sentence. You know, that. He's going in there with full idea of what he wants to do. He's not going in there thinking I'm solely running the ball. He knows he's going to leave something on him, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a seasoned pro. He's done this before. He done it to Richarlison when he was at Burnley, and it was Everton. It was the same thing. It's an incredibly, incredibly dangerous challenge, and I can barely accept the ref because the ref's in the perfect position to spot it. But you know what? Sometimes it's too quick. The ref doesn't see the full extent of it. How VAR get to watch 4 different angles of it and go, don't think that's clear and obvious. That
would be good on the mic. That would be good on mic. Good process, lads.
I am a little bit happy that it wasn't a red though, because we do not play well against 10 men for 80 minutes. If we weren't going to score, it was going to be against the 10 men.
He blocked all our chances.
Hold on. Also, without Tarkowski on the pitch, we don't even score, right? Because Tarkowski gets the assist. The ball hits his foot to go on to Diogo Jota's, and we were not going to score against
Mike.
Tom.
How many?
Rationalize it all you want. You can rationalize it all you want. We do not score against 10 men teams. We do not do it. We do not score against 10 men low blocks. We don't.
Right. So you're going on about how Everton blocked everything. Tarkowski blocked everything. If he's not on the pitch, are we trusting Michael Keane to block everything?
It wasn't just Tarkowski.
Five goal-bound shots. That's how good he was.
He also assisted our goal.
On the tackle, just for a second. I think I know what they're going to say. By the way, do you guys remember Chelsea West Ham about 4 years ago? There was a red card given by VAR. I don't remember the 2 players in question.
It was Kufal where he
had control of the ball and cleared it up the pitch. And when his leg came down, his studs caught whoever the Chelsea player was, and VAR overturned it. And then they rescinded that red card and made a bit of a statement. I think they're going to hide behind the fact that it wasn't a tackle for the ball and it was a clearance. The only issue for me is that's going to be a cop out. Because what Safal did, if you watch it back, there's not much he could do because of the direction the player was coming into him. And this is where it's one of those things where I know that some people find this patronizing. Unless you've played the game, and when I say at a decent level, I'm just talking with other like even Sunday League level is a good enough level. I'm talking competitive matches. Unless you've played the game, you are not going to notice that he did that on purpose. There was no attempt to pull out. He could have sort of bent his leg and took the impact out. He just went to leave one on the man. And if McAllister's foot is planted, the size of Tarkowski, McAllister's leg could snap in half. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you despise Liverpool, despise Argentina, hate McAllister. I don't think anybody should be advocating winning the ball first or not. If that happens, if Hartland ain't going to be playing, but if I don't fucking know, Gundogan does that to Ahmad, or Ahmad won't play either. I'm having a fucking nightmare here with names. But what if
Casemiro made the same
United
tackle?
Player? Well, Casemiro's wasn't even as bad as that. Casemiro's was a tackle. He won the ball and his foot just rolled over it, and then he caught the guy's chin.
Curtis Jones had the same thing too.
Yeah, no, exactly. But they're going to hide. They're going to hide behind it wasn't a tackle, and they're going to say it was a clearance. Yeah. That's what they're going to hide behind, 100%.
Mac was also at an angle, so he'd have took his knee from the side. Oh man, that is so,
I guess like the decision to me that makes the least amount of sense is if you can't raise your foot above someone's head, but then Beto can go after Kelleher and basically put his foot at head's level, and the only reason why it doesn't smash him in the face is because his arms are out in front. Then, I mean, again, I just like.
But you can put a foot above head height.
Mike, you're missing the Van Dijk one. You're missing the Van Dijk foul. Like Van Dijk literally went up to the ref and said, "Can you look at VAR? Like this guy's just on the floor."
Okay, I guess maybe this is like a language question then. But if I'm a goalkeeper and I sprint out and I get the ball with my hand, but I accidentally punch someone in the face, right? And then I get sent off, let's say. Now, how is that any different from I'm a striker, I go after the ball, I'm making an attempt at the ball, my foot is at face level, I hit you in the face, it's like, oops, I was going after the ball.
So if Beto wouldn't have kicked the arm and he would have kicked him in the face, he probably would have got a second yellow card. The fact is he didn't make the contact. If Tarkowski does that clearance tonight and doesn't make contact with McAllister, I don't think anybody's asking for a red card. I think the only kind of tackle that you look at, or the only two incidents in football where if there's no contact, you would still look at a red card. If someone came at you front on with 2 feet down, I think we all still say red card. Or if someone takes a punch or a swing at someone and misses still, I still think we would probably all ask for a red card. But Beto's, he was genuinely trying to kick the ball. Where you're right, if he doesn't kick the arm of Kelleher and he kicks him in the face, he probably would have got a second yellow card. If the studs are showing and he catches him in the face with the studs, then it's a straight red card. At the same time, I always feel that about Wayne Rooney's overhead kick. If Michael Richards was braver and just put his face where the ball was, it would have got disallowed because it would have been. But Michael Richards bottled it basically. So sometimes you've got to be brave. Do you know what I mean? Put your face on the line. Super chats here. First one says, "I'm American, but you can kick." Sorry. Can you kick out this crying American Liverpool fan? He's so annoying, and I'm tired of crying. Oh,
who's crying? Who's crying? It's called being critical of a performance. You should try it rather than just clap. Oh wait, Hassan, what was it? Get behind the lads that you used to do. Get behind the lads. If that's the way that you want to watch the sport, you can watch it like that.
They got banned.
We could be 35 points ahead with a treble in hand. I'm still going to critique a performance.
I don't think what Mike said was outrageous. To be fair,
I don't think so either.
I'll speak after Terry does the super chats.
I mean, this here. This is super chat I can't agree with, but then maybe it's how my team are doing. You won the league. Show some kind of happiness and joy the moment, people. Your club is about to go through a major rebuild in the summer, so all your concerns will be gone. Look, I want to ask this question. I haven't seen very many happy Liverpool fans for 2 or 3 weeks, considering you are you're one of them, Tom. You're rat, right?
No, I've been happy about my football club, not about the second best scout right back at the football club. Big ups Curtis Jones today, by the way.
Listen, I'm not saying it's Trent leaving that's doing it, but is it the fact that Van Dijk and Salah, you know that your goalkeeper's got a year left? Is it because half this team could theoretically be gone by the... Is that taking away an element of joy? Because I remember when I know it isn't the first time you won it, but I remember when you got to this stage back in 2019, 2020, and every match reaction was like a party. Every show you guys came on, some of you were on those shows, some of you are new to the Terrace now, but every show, whether it was a match reaction, a preview, a transfer story, every Liverpool fan was just bouncing off the walls. The last 3, 4, 5 weeks, it has felt more of a funeral than a wedding.
I'll answer that because I was there from on the football terrace when we last won the league. First of all, Yeah, no, I've been here for time. Don't worry about that. First of all, it has been a dreadful 3 weeks for us. Let's just put it right. Getting knocked out of the Champions League, which, personally for me, if you say, do you want Liverpool to win the Champions League or the Premier League? I would choose the Champions League, mainly because I grew up on the Champions League. So the Champions League is like I have a soft spot for the Champions League. And a lot of Liverpool fans have a soft spot for the Champions League. So getting knocked out of the Champions League hit hard. But then we said, okay, let's bounce back, win a League Cup, and then we go on to win the Premier League. We had the most dreadful performance in the final in that League Cup. Newcastle had every bit deserved to win that. And then you have the news of Trent. Now, I was arguing with Liverpool fans over these 2 weeks saying, why did you expect anything else? Because we already knew that Trent was gonna leave. But when you have all of these things gobbled up into one, and also we have owners like FSG that are not going to do anything in the summer or try to do anything good in the summer, it's going to zap your energy. I think there's a lot of Liverpool fans that are just tired. And I hear a lot of Liverpool fans saying that, do you know what? Let's just be happy for the club. The actual team is going to win the league. And I hear it. But at the back of your mind, you're thinking, we're going to win the league, but we're going to be in a lot of problems next season. And this is where I say, I actually agree with what Mike is saying. The past 3 months, Liverpool have been playing terrible, absolutely terrible for the past 3 months. And it's not just an isolated performance with the Everton game. It's been like that for a couple games now. The only thing I agree with Tom on is that, and I know we we spoke about it with the first Everton game at Goodison Park, is that it is Everton. You can't take Everton lightly. The derby games are just it's like a leveler for everyone. But other than that, Liverpool, name me 3 good performances that Liverpool had this year. You will struggle to find
2025.
Manchester City.
Away to Man City.
Games and Real Madrid.
Away to Man City.
No,
I'm going 2025. 2025.
2025. Okay.
Yeah, away to Man City. At home to Newcastle. At home to Tottenham in the Cup. Away to Bournemouth in the league. At home to Ipswich in the league. That's 4 straight off the bat. And again,
I don't know if I call Bournemouth a good performance.
You went to the most informed team in the league at the time who just beaten Nottingham Forest 5-0 and put 2 past them without reply. And bar an open chance which Clive put over the bar, they didn't threaten you.
And they also beat Arsenal and City at their ground.
Like, I feel like there's too many people I feel like too many people have lost sight of this season for Liverpool.
Yeah, right,
I understand that there's a thing of expectations change within the season, and I agree. But I'm also understanding where we were at the start of the season. I was coming on shows. I was coming on top 6 shows. I was coming on previews on all these different channels being told, Europa League, you're not going to get top 6. You're finished because Jurgen Klopp's not here. This manager's come in, and we are 26 Premier League games unbeaten. 26 unbeaten.
Tom, I agree with you. But we have won this Premier League title because of the work that we have done in the first half of the season.
You do realise. Hang on 2 seconds.
Because that's what a season is. That's what a season is.
I agree with you.
You do realise we could actually only be 1 game away from being the Invincibles this season under Slot. Like, that's how good we are. That's how good we've been. Like people seem to be forgetting how well we have played all season. Like, who cares if it's not that type of football that Jurgen Klopp provided? I don't care. Like, I just want us to win the league. I just want us to go 2020 with Man United.
I don't think. The thing is, I don't think anyone's complaining. Anyone who is criticizing is just criticizing. Like, what is the point of analysis if no negatives are allowed to be said? What is the point of analyzing something if I have to be positive about it? Not to mention it. To quote the late great Kobe Bryant, job's not finished. I don't have a Premier League trophy in my hand.
Oh my!
I don't care. I don't care. once we officially win the title, I'll sit here and we could lose 15-0, and I'll say I don't care.
I'm sorry.
Screw the
literally
performance.
12
Season
points
looks
clear.
so similar
Okay.
to last season.
Give your head a
How
wobble,
we
man.
ran out of
It
energy.
doesn't.
at the
It
end.
doesn't matter.
Whoa, Samuel,
Go on,
you've
Tom.
not just said this season's like last season. This season is nowhere near last season.
Tell me why.
This team,
Tell me why.
You won the league.
we
Nothing
don't
like
have
it.
we don't have anywhere near the same level of injuries for one. So we're not going into a situation where half the team's gassed out because they've had to do 3 months of constant playing, and the other half's not match fit.
You know they
so
gassed
you
out
get
when
two
the
shit
injuries,
shows.
when the people came back with.
Yes,
like,
that's
came back
what I'm
fully
saying.
playing.
So they gassed out because they had 3 months of constant games on their legs and they hit a wall. And then the guys that were coming back
That doesn't
in,
make sense.
yeah,
Well,
it makes complete
First
sense.
of all,
Samuel.
it's different from
Tom,
last season
Tom,
because we haven't
wait,
lost
no,
away
no.
from home. We haven't lost away from home this season. Okay.
How
So
does
that's why it's different.
how does that make sense when you lose
Thank
2
you.
Right.
0 with
Right.
34
Or
shots?
XG is better on goals, or XG is better against us. We've got more clean sheets than anyone else. Like, it's better by a million miles. Like, it really
What I'm
is.
trying to say to you is that
we
the
just
season
lost
won.
the cup
Hold
final,
on,
and we lost against PSG. That's it. That's it.
Hold on. We won a trophy last season. The first half of the season, we were actually really good. That's why we were in a title race. The last half of the season, we dropped off.